Hiya, it's Thursday's Talking Reds. I'm Josh Sexton. I'm joined by my mate Mo Stewart, back by popular demand, but in the guest chair this time. I think we wanted to hear more from you, Mo.
Well, I haven't been in the guest chair for a while. It's kind of like a bit of a holiday for me, so I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, you can sit back and relax because it seems that all the madness is going on around Liverpool at the moment and not necessarily involving Liverpool, which is nice, to be honest.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think when the madness involves new players coming in, I think some Liverpool fans would quite like to be involved in that particular madness. But I know what you mean,
Yeah, more of that madness, please, Liverpool. But in terms of the madness that's going on at other clubs, we've seen that today Frank Lampard has been announced as the new Chelsea manager, which, off the back of the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer appointment, it does just sort of feel like everybody else is losing their heads around us, whereas Liverpool are just this sort of beacon of light in the middle.
It's really strange because Chelsea have been a weirdly run club. They seem to have been doing lots of bad things over the years and getting away with them again and again. And you wonder if this is going to be another one of those. It could just be the perfect man for the perfect time. But by the same token, I read today this is the first time an Englishman has been appointed in charge of a top four team since 1995.
Wow.
It's a long time. And it's a big risk for someone who's in their second job. But we'll see.
The one thing I sort of am confused about is because I'm not necessarily surprised that the move happened because, it's been touted for weeks that it's going to happen, but he didn't do that well with Derby last year. It's a little bit skewed because he finished on less points in the league than he did the year before, but obviously he beats Leeds in the playoffs, which is sort of what skews it. It makes it look like his time was maybe more of a success than it was. I remember sort of halfway through last season there were doubts about him, about whether he could succeed at Derby. So it feels like this is a big step up for a guy who there were literal doubts about just half a season ago.
He has kind of got a little bit of recency bias, or the advantage of recency bias, because yes, they did beat Leeds in that one crucial game. They got embarrassed by Leeds in 3 other games that same season. So, like you say, there were lots of times in the course of the season where it wasn't looking right for him. And let's face it, the Championship in particular and Derby County are 2 very hard things to judge on other things because the Championship is so mad. You've got so many games to deal with. Everyone literally can beat everyone, not like they say in the Premier League, but it's not actually true anymore. In the Championship, everyone can beat everyone. And the relentless nature of the games means it's really hard for you to implement any kind of style because you're just going. Now at Chelsea, it'll be interesting to see what they want him to do. Are they looking for him to implement his style? Or are they just saying, look, we're going to be here with a load of young players, some of whom know you well, all of whom are going to have your respect. Let's just see what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the things that it is giving me a bit of confidence about, also confidence Chelsea might be crap off the back of it, but in terms of Steven Gerrard potentially coming to Liverpool in the future, it's obviously a move for a few years down the line. We hope Klopp stays as long as possible, but we saw Melissa Reddy over the summer talking about whether Klopp could take a bit of a break in 2022. It feels like if there was any time for Gerrard to move to Liverpool, it would be the time when all the clubs around us are appointing their ex-players as managers as well.
Yeah, we seem to zig when everyone else is zagging. So I like the way Steven's gone about it. I think Rangers is the kind of place he can really put his stamp on it and build a reputation. Kind of like I was saying, it's going to be hard for Lampard to do at Chelsea. He's given himself the time and the breathing space to do it. There were rumours that Derby were actually interested in Gerrard to replace Lampard. I mean, I think that was a non-starter to begin with. Not only because of the thought of him replacing Lampard, who's then moved up, but like everything I just said about the Championship. If you're a new guy trying to cut your teeth, it's a nightmare. So there is that potential perfect window. 3 years down the line, Gerrard's won a few trophies. Klopp is starting to feel a little bit of the wear and tear of the year in, year out media scrum. Who knows? Maybe he'll take a couple of years off, Stevie will take the role, and then he'll come back in some kind of advisory role. And it'll be like the perfect dream team, and we'll just rule the league forever.
It'll be like having our big star back, won't it? But we've still got a few big stars at the moment, and we obviously know very well that Alisson Becker and Roberto Firmino have been performing really well at the Copa America. Obviously, you and Lizzie talked about on yesterday's Talking Reds. But James Pearce has come out overnight as well and said that they're going to get a 3-week break off the back of it after playing the final, which is, of course, good news for them. There's Mane and Salah still at the AFCON as well. They're into the knockout stages now. You'd imagine they're going to get a similar break, if not exactly the same. Feels like a bit of a shame that maybe the fans in America might get to miss their heroes playing. That's always obviously the sort of the downside of these things. But in terms of the players' physical well-being, mental well-being, it's a positive move, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I think the American fans are savvy enough now to realise that it's an important part of getting the best out of them when it matters.
Yeah.
So yes, they may not get to see them in the flesh, but they'd much rather see them on the pitch when it comes to March, April and May. So yeah, and plus there's still going to be lots of talented stars who are going to be on the show, and the big man Klopp himself, who I think is going to draw quite a crowd.
Yeah, and there's going to be a few players there as well who I suppose American fans will be excited to see. I know I'm heading over to America. I'm excited to see a few of these players. We've got, you know, like Ryan Brewster, Curtis Jones. I'm excited to see in this pre-season. I think it feels like time for him now to kick on. Keanu Hoover, if he's going to get a go.
Yes.
The new lad Sepp Vandenberg, and then of course Oxlade-Chamberlain. It still feels like we've got enough there to get excited about.
Yeah, and it's strange because circling back to the beginning, we were talking about the transfers and the excitement that people get off transfers. Normally in pre-season, that is the excitement to see the new transfers, the new guys in action. But we've actually got quite a few guys who are still relatively new to our squad, who we still don't know the full potential of what they can do. So we're going to still get that same excitement.
Yeah, and one of the things I said there, I'm looking forward to seeing Oxlade-Chamberlain back. I know you and Lizzie also spoke about the Embodiment of LFC award, which Anfield are putting on. Who was your choice? I didn't see who your choice was.
I went with Robbo.
You went with Robbo. I'm going to go with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think obviously you gave your reasons for Robertson yesterday, but for me, the way Oxlade-Chamberlain's handled himself off the pitch, the way he is in terms of the spirit of the dressing room, he seems to be really good for morale. He seems like a genuine, down-to-earth guy, and then also when we've seen him on the pitch last season, he made a massive difference to Liverpool, and it was his energy, his desire, you know, his shots from far out, obviously his pace. Yeah. Hopefully he still maintains them sort of physical attributes, but in terms of mental attributes, there's a reason why he'd be a shoo-in for this.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he was in my consideration. He was in my top 5. I keep thinking back to the fact that when he got injured in the Champions League game, he knew pretty much early on that he was going to be gone for most of this season coming. And yet he didn't tell anyone because he didn't want to disturb the guys on their run to the final. I mean, if that doesn't tell you about him being a team man, having humility as well as having a passion to see the guys do well, even when he's not able to share in it, I don't know what does.
Yeah, if you don't know about the Anfield Embodiment of LFC award, which I've just talked about there, my vote is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. You can go to theanfieldapp.com/award and vote for yours and find out a bit more about it as well. So get on that, we'll leave a link in the description. Also, as I mentioned there, we are going on the pre-season tour of America. I'm going to be there myself. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, sorry, Mo. Maybe one day.
I'm going to Turkey. It's all right. I'm not going to be kicking my heels completely.
Yeah, you can't be picky, can you? But we have got live shows coming up. We're going to be in Chicago on July 18th, we fly out on July 17th. We're also going to be in New York on July 22nd. If you want to get tickets to that, that's theanfieldapp.com/tour live. Mo, nice one for joining me.
No problem.
That has been Talking Reds. Nice one.